Hey guys, Brett Thompson. This is Brett Thompson's desk. This is Teaching Tuesday at the world headquarters of the Thompson Law Group. Today we're going to cover power of attorney. Is it valid in Virginia? Can it be used for a real estate transaction? Short answer is yes. The power of attorney is acknowledged and enforceable under Virginia law. Virginia has endorsed and incorporated the Uniform Power of Attorney Act. So it's standard statutes that various states throughout the United States have incorporated into their laws. Now, in regards to a real estate transaction, you're probably going to need what's called a specific real estate power of attorney. So there are general powers of attorney. So what is a power of attorney? It's whereby myself is the principal and I grant you certain powers to act on my behalf, to step in my shoes, if you will. A general power of attorney basically says, hey, whatever I can do, you can do as my agent, or also known as attorney in fact. And that can be a broad brush. It could be, you can do banking activities for me. You can enter into contracts. You can terminate contracts. You can turn on and off utilities, all kind of different things. It could also mention real estate, but it covers a broad brush of things, including even medical decisions. You can wrap that into a general power of attorney. Now, a specific power of attorney may be required, especially if there's a lender involved in the transaction or if there's title insurance. So there are certain underwriting guidelines that lenders have and title insurance companies have to reduce the risk of a fraud. So a specific power of attorney is going to specifically grant power to an agent or an attorney in fact. It's going to identify the real estate. It may also have a limit on the purchase price, but it's going to be specific to this particular transaction, whereby you're going to lower the risk. A general power of attorney isn't specific to a particular transaction, and it could be abused, and there could be some fraud involved. So for your intents and purposes, if you have an upcoming closing, you want to submit that power of attorney as soon as possible, or you want your attorney to draft one as soon as possible to make sure it's in compliance with Virginia law. It's got to be in writing. It's got to be signed by the principal. It's got to be notarized. It's got to be in a form that's acceptable for recordation with the clerk's offices, because if we are going to, for example, sell property, that power of attorney document has to be recorded along in the land records with the deed that's conveying title to the property. If there's a lender involved, the lender also may have their own specific requirements. If they're underwriting a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, some kind of federally insured product, they may have their own guidelines and particular language that they want to see in their power of attorney. So the takeaways are power of attorneys are valid and can be used in a real estate transaction. It's probably going to have to be a specific power of attorney. We normally see that when one of the parties or all the parties are not available to be present at the closing table. Now, there is an alternative. I just want to mention, and we'll cover that in a different video, but Virginia also recognizes and authorizes remote online notary closings. So that is where we can go. One of our attorneys here can go on a secure platform and basically do an online closing with electronic signatures, and we have our own electronic notaries here. And so if you were in your pajamas in Japan, we can notarize documents lawfully for a real estate closing that's happening in Virginia. So I hope that's helpful. Power attorneys, they are acceptable and enforceable in Virginia. If you're going to do a real estate transaction, let's address that sooner rather than later, because we want to make sure that the form of the power of attorney is acceptable, especially if there's a lender or a title insurance company involved. And also it's got to be recordable with the clerk's office. Hope that's helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, give us a call, 757-486-3333. Have a great day.